What's going on, folks? How y'all doing this evening? Now, what time? I don't even know. It's a time, right? It's nighttime. It's late on the Eastern Seaboard, and this your boy Ed from Atlanta coming to you. A little differently. I've been, a little sippy sip. And I took some walks, and all as well. Just was just kind of out, just going up and through. And I just was thinking to myself, when it comes to humanity, for example, there has to be a releasing of the trauma, in order for people who identify um, as I do, and that has to be addressed, right? Um, there has to be a releasing of that trauma that's causing so much tension and just all of the things that happen and the negative things, because it's leading to a road uh, of hatred, and you hating the ones that hated you is not going to equal the pot. There's it's because hatred is not divided, right? So it's really a no-win situation, and because the standard was set, you'll never actually obtain that level of hatred because you're so busy in your hatred, right? But if you learn to love, that sets you free. Because I mean, if I could be blunt, fuck them. It is what it is, and we see, we learn, we understand. So what we gonna do? That's where I'm at with it. Cause I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. I don't care. I will see none of that shit. That shit is not real to me. I see it, but it's not real to me. No, I disagree, and I can, and so I do. You know, blame the world. I wasn't out looking for it. I was just trying to be helpful. I got shit at on too, and so that's because it takes time to actually sit down and really put to thought the words that uh, can describe and display and set before just an implication, uh, a view, perspective, perception, a thought, a thought. And if it's a well intentioned and well purposed thought, then and it land on good soil, because everybody's not good soil. You know, you can figure it out if you have a conversation with yourself. You know, you won't see a lot of sand right then, but for the ones that do, it's gonna be real fertile. So, and that's the conclusion that I've come to. So no longer do I argue, because it's like I don't have to defend who I am. I don't have to defend my space, because it is my space. I know it's my space, and I give freely. Like, I want people to win and thrive, like succeed, and you either do or you don't. But that's your space. It's like I can't judge you for that, because everybody's space is their own, right? So when you kind of step back from, I don't know, all the thoughts and the feelings, because feelings produce thoughts, thoughts produce feelings, and then you'll have facts, but you've got these feelings. You gotta feel so much shit. Then a lot of shit be felt and shit be wrong, and just it be a whole bunch of stuff going on, and just life. But does it have to be that way? Nah. I went through it for a really long time. Like, I'm telling you, I've been where I am for a little while. The longest space I've ever occupied that had my name on paperwork, to myself, you know, and I'm rocking with it. Now it is time to move on, but there is a thing because I love the Lord. It's just God's timing. Like I don't, because every time I've ever actually just went because I saw that it was time and then I could, I did like that. If I could have actually set aside all the money for every frivolous random trip I took, had I just learned a lesson, this is why I became frivolous. But for every frivolous random trip I took, man, if I put a number on it, and moving expenses, I say about 45 to 50,000. If I would have just disciplined myself as a lump sum, because the money was still coming, it's crazy. And then, meanwhile, I didn't even see it. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't see it. I was in a shelter, a couple of them, and people want to pass judgment on me for whatever reason. But I've entered into a space where it does not bother me anymore. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not like dismayed by it. I'm not moved about it because these people don't know me. You know, my circle solid. We good. I think business can lead to personal, but I'm a personable person. That's just gonna happen. Like I don't need strangers, but I also believe in security and controlled environments. So there's a thing with that because people are unpredictable, you know, and I know the people around me is gooch, so it's fine. But for like doing events like just, but it's a lot of grown folk. Cause I've been in concerts, I've been in restaurants, I've been in. We done had random ass conversations, and it's lovely out this motherfucker for real. Don't let that violence fool you. It's darkness in the world. Is because what you talking about? Unless you don't believe. Somebody said something to you. We're gonna keep PG though. Just get cherry stuff on it. But I really think that there's so much potential within those of us that will, because there's so many out here that's just doing. And it is overwhelming to actually kind of place the burden on one person. And when you get people in positions of financial success, it is a burden because then, people kind of put it like you the only one who do this, blah, 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 blah. For me, I'm so thankful that ones that have made it, they give back, man. They do beautiful shit. And I would celebrate them. Candy, Lil Baby, T.I., Killer Mike, Tiny, Latasha Scott, Tamika Scott. The Escape series, I didn't do too much on that. I said what I said, and it was spoken. Um, but like just real people. They do real shit, right? They humans, bro. They have a talent. Like they can sing, they can rap, they can write, they can produce, they can fashion, they can video treatment, all that shit. They could do these things that we consume, right? But that don't take away from their humanity. It is that humanity allowed them to create this particular and appreciate and respect and receive. Because as a fan to an artist, man, I appreciate your art because it helps my day. It is enjoyable in my life. It enhances moments when I'm cooking food. You feel me? It's like a seasoning. I'm just saying, because that's called love. And it's so much out here, and I want us to get back to that because I don't like the idolizing of you just enjoy the product, but now we're so involved. Everybody got to be a motherfucking reality person. You know, how about you just be real? What does that imply? Is you is who the fuck you is. You woke up that way. You are being. Okay? But that's not the world we live in. Because people choose not to make it that way. Because meanwhile, Did you pay your bill? Got your payment arrangement? What your credit look like? What's your goal? What's your life plan? What your dreams is? You know, your relationship with your parents, how you handle public. Because there's a lot of weirdos. They do weird shit. And they mean it. I don't too much have time for all that. I'm not here for that. I believe in us, and I think that there exists a plan that is possible with us. And if you'll tune in a little longer, you'll understand. I see commercial districts and neighborhoods and communities and resources and livable wages and ownership. You know, I see convenience and an appreciation and a respect. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get treated with dignity and integrity. Those words mean something to me. And I'm gonna breathe a little bit because I be getting the attitude sometimes too. Uh, but I believe that we can because we are. And look what we doing. Like I'm coming to you on some fire ass motherfucking internet from and then with a fly ass motherfucking cellular company. And this. You see the lights, the heat work. You'll probably hear the heater. Hot water is boiling, bubbling. You know, cause I want what I want, and I'll get there. But it's not about that because personally, I think for me, I don't, I don't think I'll experience survivor's remorse because I have to win in order for us to win. There is no other option, and so failure is not an option to me. Now, what do I deem success? Being able to ultimately live off of your passion, the thing that you love the most. And so for me, being able to put out quality content, you know what I'm saying? Like words of love over everything. If I give you nothing else, you will get love. Because that's the most important. And that's the most effective. Because everything I say, you should check. You should. Because don't just let me be talking to you and you just receive as if, you know, I want you to actually make a whole decision. Because you're a whole person. It's too many of them. That's why it's all this disagreeableness. It's all this misunderstoodness of identity. It's a real thing. I cannot make this shit up. I promise I can't. You know. So I think that it's time for a new day. I've been living in a new day for a little while. It's been kind of lonely, but not so much because I got my network. We just don't be close and physical, you know, geographical. Yeah. But my network is solid because the phone call, video chat, email, you know. I like communication is important to me. You gotta start talking. We be talking a lot. But for instance, why the fuck is what Ebony K. Williams say about her not wanting to date a bus driver unless he owns a company? A whole topic. As if there are not more pressing issues. Now that's irritating. Very irritating. And I cannot. So I won't, you know. We gotta do better. That should not be topic. It's too much shit we got going on. Just saying. And so this is where I am. You have to understand everybody is not gonna be with you. You gotta get over that. It is going to be very lonely sometimes, but that's okay because that's how you know you're in the right space. So you don't have to just feel that to feel it. It's just a thing, because those days change, you know. And I understand, and I'm here, you know. And just real shit. I don't care about none of that other shit. Like I want to interview quite a few people, quite a few people, you know, just because just on real life, like Monica and Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish and Fantasia and Lotto, you know, T.I. and Tiny. I was trying to match their name with them weird Candy and Todd, Taj, Coco, Lily, Tamika, Latasha by herself. Her husband is not allowed on the premises. And if that means she don't come, well, I invited Lala, Mary, Trina, Young Miami, Lola Brooke, Glow, Cardi, me, Koi, Nikki by herself. Because I've had differing, you know, views and opinions. Why do I speak with a particular comfort? Because I just like want to talk to real people, just have real conversation. Because I love their artistry, but like you know, it's because as the person that they are, like that's the thing that we. It's a whole thing, okay. But anyway, like ask the right questions, have the right conversations. What do you want? What's the purpose for your journey? Let's start there. We'll pick up next time.